Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome everyone to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from the bank. Deontay Hardy to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, report. Report.
Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Play fake, Jackson. His first throw is an interception. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-six touchdown. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position, but to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby, and they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Hardy on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Jackson trying again after the pick. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Lamar off to play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
Return it. Yo.
And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. And they make the tackle. I'm not sure that was an advisable gamble in this spot, Brock, as they turn it over on downs.
Hey, 4th down, I get it. You want the ball with your biggest playmaker. In a lot of offenses, that's quarterback. They trusted him to run for it, but the defense locked it down.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He put everything he had into this one. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he's there to make the fair catch right at the 10-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's going to end up out of bounds well short of that line, so the defense credited with a sack.
You know, that's one of those situations that you have to have awareness, right? You call it spatial awareness. You got to be conscious of the sideline and just simply get rid of the football. Looks like we saw a slight bit of panic there, hence going out for the sack.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. He's got time here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it?
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles take a 20-zip lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles push their... One zip already.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
180.
Motioning one of the tight ends.
Sit up.
First down, here's Lamar. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Sit up.
They go play fake with Jackson. Headed out right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Third and long for him here. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. Fourth and forever coming up. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Well, best of luck here. It's fourth and a considerable distance.
Sit up.
Play action now with Jackson. He fires one deep down the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. They're going to run with Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. 180. What is it? Sit hot.
Play action. Here's Jackson. He's trying another one deep. Brought in inside the 20. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find paydirt.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Eagles, about set to begin their drive. On first down, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down throwing for Hurts. This finds Smith. He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
From the pistol, Hurts. This throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's second and goal. Hurts setting up to throw. Catch is made in close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He just throws this one away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The Eagles are in punt formation. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Finds a seam down the middle. There he goes, right sideline. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the second half with some needed points. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Now Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's on the move. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that that, in part, led to the turnover. Yep. Big gain downfield. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens get it back to a 14-point game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They'll get this one to Brown. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From just shy of midfield on second down. He finds Brown right side. And they make the tackle at the 38. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Hurts throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. Taken in by Smith. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Working inside the red zone. That pass complete to Goddard. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Chased out to his right. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the fourth. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
Ravens 21. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott all set for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 14 at the 23-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. That one's complete, right side. Decent gain here, but short of the first. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. And again, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Jackson now on 3rd. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 4th and 14. Let's see if they've got some magic in them. Shotgun snap to Jackson. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles put up even more points in a win. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. From the pistol, Hurts. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th. All right, I know the old adage, there is no lead that is safe in the NFL, but Brock, this lead actually feels pretty safe to me. Not sure they needed to go for 2 at this point.
Well, I'm pretty sure you know what this feels like one thing to me. Stat padding. And it's just going to come back to you at some point. Maybe not in this game, but down the road. You start padding your stats to show off, oh, look how many points we scored. Look how great a job we did. Start patting yourself on the back. Yeah, you're usually going to get hit and knocked on your backside at some point.
Hardy on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Gerard! Ready! Ready, Gerard! Gerard!
From the gun, Jackson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception in this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it's...
Finds a seam, left side, is off to the races. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Eagles continue piling it on here in the 4th. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.